Hello, hello. We have about a week left before the new set Phantom Nightmare pre-releases, in which case the meta is going to have a quick shift. But until then, I believe there's 2 weeks before the set is legal, I think. So until then, this deck is still going to be quite nice, this current build at least. I'm going to quickly share that with you guys. This will be the last deck profile before the new set drops. After that, I'll probably have to make a couple of adjustments to adapt for the Fire King meta and everything else that comes with it, alongside maybe Silent Force as well. So yeah, we'll have another change after that. Look forward to it. But until then, here is the current build. I feel like it works quite well, and in case my voice sounds a bit weird, it's because I'm recording with my phone this time instead of using my my microphone on my PC. Just because my mic is having some issues right now, but yeah. Alright, regardless, let's get into it. So triple beaver. Let me just move everything on the side a little bit more. Double angler. Running 3 blue, obviously. 3 jet. 1 red. 1 carrot. So Hyperia is my monster that I'm summoning off Gigantic when I already have all the sprites in rotation. Draws me a card. Very simple, quite nice. The reason why I'm running this is because I cut the prosps out, just because I feel like leading up to the current meta, as well as the next format where we'll have to, try and shift to them to OTK them. Playing Prosperity is kind of just like killing yourself because your damage is halved and so you can't kill them in one turn. And so even though it does add consistency, you kind of just want to, beat over them instead. And so I've cut them out, and Hyperia is just going to net me another card instead. We're playing the Melffy package with the Penny and the Caddy. Very nice cards. Bounce the Caddy back, search the Penny, search the Beaver if you already have the Penny in hand, or if you hard draw the Caddy and search the Penny off the forest. And then you have a start off the next turn as well. Quite nice. We're playing triple starter. Very nice to have this back at 3. We're playing smashes. Oh god, the plane's flying above my house right now. But we're playing smashes as well. Smashes is a non-targeting card. Removal, very nice. It dodges a couple of cards as well. Let's say like Labyrinth needs to, trigger one of their they need to resolve one of their trap effects to get all the resources back from the graveyard. You kind of just dodge it with smashes going second, and you're good to go, right? You might use up a bit more resource than you needed if you banish from hand, or if you have started in grave already or something else. Yeah, just like dodge something for free, and it's quite nice. Very good card. Usable going first and second, which is why I prefer over the trap over double cross. And because I feel like double cross is a bit too situational to get like maximum value, right? Because like if you double cross, you want to ideally put it under a link arrow, have some recursion, or like steal one of your opponent's monsters. If you don't have that link, or if it gets removed off the field, it's automatically like worse. Like sure, you can put it under Xyz, but at that point it's just normal removal. But also because it targets, I feel like smashes is just so much better because of that. You dodge a lot of things. You're not worried about them dodging either. Maybe like they have a Kirin in hand, you try and like target one of their fire monsters. I don't know. Gamma Burst, OTK potential, very nice. Also mandatory. I think. Oh, also, some people are running both the trap, smashes, and Gamma Burst. Too many bricks, man. I feel like you run 2 of those and you pick to either Gamma Burst and the trap, or Gamma Burst and smashes. But I feel like this is just so much more versatile. We're playing triple Ash, normal hand traps. Right here are the hand trap cards. Triple Imperm. Playing triple Droll. I actually really respect the random Vanadium matchups, because I feel like for those matchups, you kind of just lose if you don't draw into a draw, right? Or if you don't like crow the right target, or if you don't, I don't know, shifter them correctly. Like shifter's not even that good if they open Meek and like Realm Heart, right? They still end on a couple of monsters, whereas your combo is just a bit scuffed as well. Playing 2 crow, so playing a lot of hand traps and board breakers this format, and it works quite well. So I feel like crow hits every single deck. Except cash. Yeah, except cash. So hits every other deck otherwise, because let's say they're playing a Labyrinth, you hit the rollback target. Now you also have like the follow-up from the graveyard, so that any of the monsters, the furniture builds, Arius, the big welcome if you don't want to go through that interruption as well on your turn when you're playing. So it hits Lab quite well. It hits Vanadium if you just crow whatever their arrival target is. Hits Cats really well because their Pearl Lily has to target a spell in graveyard, just crow that away, they can't rank up. What else is there? Fire King, you can crow the Avada, you can crow the Garunix if they only play 1, it's very good, right? Super Poly, so this is a very interesting card that I have been playing around with. I mentioned in my previous video that I was gonna run this in my shifter build, right? It's here to stay. I think it's quite good. Works against Fire Kings if they end on 2 fire monsters, which happens, you know, most of the time. Stops the targeting if you get a Mud Dragon out for Fire Kings, as well as what else? It also hits Labyrinth really well if you fuse off 2 of their Dark monsters, let's say. Oh, like they're mainly silent Dark Fiends though, so you're most likely gonna get Guru. Guru. Wait, what's the card? Garura off them. I was thinking of Garunix. I was like, that's the wrong chicken, right? Both chickens. And then of course, if you summon a Dark of your own, and then they choose to do something, interact with you, and you have a start in hand, you can then choose to Super Poly. Then you can get a Mud Dragon out, and then they can't target shit, which is good. It also hurts Rescue Ace. You know, they end on 2 of their fire monsters. You just Super Poly them off, and then can't target with your traps anymore. Couldn't even activate them, in fact. You have Triple Fenrir. The best Spright card, what can I say? It's just Fenrir. Fenrir control in like a top deck scenario has happened so many times, right? You just kind of trade 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1 in terms of the resources, and then that's it. And then finally we have 2 talents, because I feel like it's a hand trap heavy meta. So these will most likely always be live, but I say it to my mate every time, right? Like every time I draw into this going first, they always only have imperm or no hand traps. So like, yep, go ahead. And it's like, oh shit, this does nothing. But if it does pop off, like let's say the hand trap you want and you can still play through it, you just look at their hand, hit one of their combo pieces out, and you're good to go, right? Otherwise, you draw 2 and you continue playing your combo, hopefully. Alright, next we have 2 Gigantic and 1 Sprint. This is the extra deck, of course. 1 Sprint is enough, 3 Gigantic is too many. I feel like you need the space now, especially because I'm playing Super Poly, right? Yeah, you need the space. We have Typhon. Typhon's such a good card. So in one of my previous videos, I said that it's like one of your, like you've broken the entire board going second, and then you need 1 more piece, and you slap on the Typhon, and you like bounce it back and spin for whatever. Aside from that, Typhon's also really good because it doesn't target, again, the bounce effect. Also, you can just beat over SP. I've summoned this over a random monster like a draw or something, and I've beaten over an SP so many times. It's so good. Yeah, very nice. Sometimes you need a turn skip yourself just to play around the SP, and that's perfectly fine. Ninja Mosquito, Downed, and the Zeus for the Zeus package. Ninja Mosquito is very good, especially if you're under shifter. So let's say like you're under shifter, right? You sided it in, or maybe next format you're main decking it. You're shiftering them, they play an SP and pass or something. It's actually kind of hard to beat the SP, unfortunately, because you're going to activate effect, you're going to then trigger the SP, they're going to, you know, get rid of 2 monsters, and I don't think you can generate that many monsters under shifter because you don't have an angler. Sometimes the play is just to make like a Gigantic, and then you play Herald of Pure Light to shuffle back the so you go Gigantic off, like let's say a normal summon Nibble Beaver, and then summon a angler from your deck. You overlay into Gigantic, summon the blue, summon the Jet. Jet's just like a starter if you can't push for game that game. Otherwise you can search for Gamma Burst or just attack for game, right? If you can't, you can make a Pure Light main phase 2, shuffle back a monster or a card in your hand and add back the shifter, and then shift them again next turn. Otherwise, sometimes you'll just attack in with Mosquito, because like if you're going second and they have like a decently sized monster on field, let's like 2k attack, right? 4 swings plus the Mosquito should be enough to kill them. So if you have a lot of board advantage, let's say maybe you have a Super Poly as well to break their board on the shifter, then that should be game with Mosquito. So Mosquito, think about it, kind of nice. Mannequin Cat, sometimes I go into Zeus with Mannequin Cat. Let's say they have a attack position monsters, and I'm scared of like Imperm or Veiler, right? I wouldn't make the Mosquito if the Mannequin Cat can beat over the monster. So sometimes I'll just summon the Mannequin Cat instead. 2k beater is still sizable, right? You attack over something, you can summon something back before making a Zeus if you want to trigger something off. But otherwise, yeah, just make a Zeus, slap it on. Pure Light, yeah, I mean like, I've been told to cut it, but I like it. And I think it does have a lot of applications because Shifter is such a good turn skip, and because it recycles Shifter so perfectly, right? You add it back to your hand and you slap it on, like, oh, oops. Now you're not allowed to play yet again. So really good in that sense. Otherwise, you can also add back like the Melffy combo pieces. Let's say you start off with, you hard draw into like a Caddy and a blue or something. You still have to combo off with those 2 cards, right? Sorry, not a blue, because blue searches you more. Let's say you open caddy and like carrot. So you have to, okay, normal summon the caddy, special the carrot, overlay into gigantic, blah, 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 do the rest. So Herald of Pure Light can add you the caddy back, and then during the end phase you can special summon it back. And still have your combo there. Melffy of the Forest, very good anti-Kashtira card. Then we have Herald of Arclight, of course. If you haven't seen the Melffy combo with the Herald of Arclight, check out one of my previous videos. Check out my videos in the past. There should be a video titled like Spright Melffy combo or something like that. Very good cards. I feel like they're worthwhile playing because I'm playing Shifter. Otherwise, it's kind of like if I have better options, I might as well play the others. But yeah, I feel like these cards are pretty solid now again because I'm playing Shifter. They can still all trigger on the Shifter, so pretty good. SP Little Knight, I'd say the second best Spright card. Very good. Just board removal, whatever. I did cut Phoenix, so this is replacing my Phoenix. Quite an upgrade, I'd say. But yeah, I cut the Phoenix because I don't have any space, but otherwise I'm kind of scared of back row. We have the Cerberus. Cerberus is there for like, let's say a Baguska, and they put it in the main monster zone because people don't think about Cerberus. They're like, oh, you're still playing Cerberus? Otherwise, if you can pitch Angler and trigger Cerberus, it feels very good. Sometimes people just wait for you to do something. Garura and Mud Dragon as the Super Poly targets. Oh, something I forgot to mention about the Super Poly. It has come up so many times against goddamn Centurion. I hate Centurion. Oh, also, if you crow their Emeth, when they activate their Emeth effect in Grave, it resolves as much as it can, which means it places their targeted monster back in the spell trap and they don't summon the Emeth. So, crow, very good. Super Poly, also very good. It stops you from getting Calamity locked. Now for the side deck, we have a lot of back row hit. So, Duster, Lightning Storm, back row hit, and also, you know, monster removal, whatever. Against, let's say, Flu, if someone's still playing Flu. Also, Flu support just dropped. I hate that card. Well, I hate the deck, but the card just like dodges imperms. So insane. We have Cosmic Cyclones, more back rows of hate, but also you can pop the field spell, the Viking field spell to like, you know, delete that board real quick. Over the last couple of months, I've been between Anti-Spell Fragrance and Summon Limit. I'm back on Anti-Spell because I feel like under Anti-Spell, you can still OTK them again with the Mosquito, right? I was at least losing too often to like back row hit. Let's say they just draw the Duster. They Duster you when you have the Summon Limit up, and it's like, oh well, there goes like all my interruption. I had like Imperm Smashes and like a Summon Limit set, and just like Dusted me. Alright, cool. I think Anti-Spell hurts a lot more, especially because most decks right now are running spells. Obviously, I wouldn't side this against Labyrinth, but instead I have a different card to side against them. And my main deck is already quite hurtful against them, so I think it's quite a solid build, honestly. Ibly. I did say if I'm playing the Melffy stuff, I'm playing Ibly, and so Melffy stuff in, Ibly goes in as well. Under Shifter, obviously, I'm not going to play this card. I would only play this against certain decks that I know can't really out it as easily. So I'd say like Fire Kings is a bit of a gamble because their field spell does pop one to search one, and you giving them a resource like this is just too free, right? But at the same time, if they do choose to pop this, they're not popping a fire, so maybe it's worth it, right? Because like if they don't have Kirin in hand, then they can't actually pop another fire as easily, which means that popping the dark here wouldn't be too hurtful. Otherwise, you can also smash as the field spell, or like, I don't know, smash the field spell and then bounce back the monster they summon to try and think of. Christia, obviously a Mannequin Cat target. Also gonna be good against Voiceless Voice because they're also light, right? I feel like Voiceless Voice is actually not gonna be an issue with this against this deck because you shifted them and then Mannequin Cat them into a Christian. It's like, oh, they can't special summon and they can't use the graveyard. Great. Anubis, this is a flex spot right now because I feel like there aren't too many graveyard dependent Dark or Fiend decks like Unchained or T Elements. If any players are still playing T Elements, like we're so ready for tiers, right? You have like Triple Shifter, you have the Bells in the side. Okay, that's a spoiler, but that was the anti-labyrinth card as well. You have D Shifters, obviously, and you have 2 Bell. So flex spot once again. If you have a better target to Mannequin Cat out, like a Floodgate, I was trying Goliath for a bit. I don't really like it because there weren't that many Dragon Links left in the format, or Earths. But yeah, that is the entire deck. Bell is good against a lot of decks as well, but I think Crow's just slightly better against Rollback. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you guys in maybe like the next format. I hope you're happy with the deck. Alright, see ya.